6.3 Components of blood and their functions. Here we are going to talk about blood. Right. Now we know blood is a fluid, and blood is a fluid means mostly they are having water, but not only water, they are having solid things also, solid bodies also. Right. So here when we are talking about the composition of blood, here there are 45% of blood is corpuscles. Corpuscles means bodies or kind of cells. Okay, then 55% of blood is called plasma. Now think you are taking 100 milliliters of blood, so you can separate that into two. How? Now in 100 milliliter of blood, they are having 45 milliliter of solid matter and 55 milliliter of liquid matter. Understood? Right. So that liquid called as plasma, the body is called as corpuscles. Right. Then here these are the percentages. You have to learn them very. You have to keep in mind these percentages. Okay. When we are talking about corpuscles further, mainly we can identify three types of bodies in blood. What are they? Red blood cells, white blood cells, and platelets. Red blood cells, Ratu Rudiranu, white blood cells, Sudu Rudiranu, platelets, Rudira Pattika in Sinhala. Okay, right. Then let's move to this side, plasma. In plasma, mostly they are having water, right? Watery nature having in plasma. So here most of plasma is water, and they are having another part, things soluble in water, the things soluble in water, and the things insoluble in water, right? Those in this way we can classify the things in plasma. Okay, right. Now look at this diagram. Here I have drawn a sample, blood sample here. If it is blood sample, these dots are the corpuscles. It can be a red blood cell, white blood cell, or a platelet, right? The rest of part here, that is the plasma. Okay, that is a liquid part, right? I think all you got this, right? Then here we are moving to another part. We are going to further study about these corpuscles, right? First we are talking about red blood cells. We can write it as RBC, or another name erythrocytes. Okay, RBC, red blood cells, or erythrocytes, right? Here this is a one red blood cell. This is a surface view. It is just like a disc, circular cell. It is a like disc, and this is the side view. You can see side view. These sides are it has biconcave shape. Okay, it means here thickness is greater. In at the center, thickness is reduced. Okay, so it has biconcave shape. This is the surface view, right? Then you know now these cells, main function of these cells is transporting oxygen. Okay, let's see these points. RBC cells have pigment called hemoglobin. Right? I think all you have this heard this word hemoglobin. Hemoglobin is a hemoglobin available in red blood cells, right? Then what is the function of this hemoglobin? Yes, it helps to carry oxygen as oxyhemoglobin. Now hemoglobin, through hemoglobin, this oxygen is carrying throughout our body, right? How it is carrying? As oxyhemoglobin, right? Now here, if this is a red blood cell, and if this is a oxygen, red blood cell, and this is a hemoglobin, right? This is a red blood cell. Inside the red blood cell, they are having hemoglobin, and this is oxygen molecule, right? Now they are separated. When this red blood cell meet oxygen molecule, they are making a bond. How do you call this bond? It is oxyhemoglobin bond, right? Now it is traveling in this way now as this bond. Okay, then what happens when there is a cells always need oxygen, then this bond can release oxygen to the cell. Understood? Again, red blood cell is here, right? Yes, that is the way of transporting oxygen. So what is then bond? How do you call it? Oxyhemoglobin. Right, then RBC cells have red color because of hemoglobin. We know normally our blood is red color. Why that red color comes to the blood? Because of these red blood cells, especially the hemoglobin available in red blood cells. That is the reason to have red color. Right. Then we are moving to another corpuscles. It is WBC or white blood cell or leukocytes. Okay, here I have drawn a cell here. This is normally it has irregular shapes. Some having irregular shapes and some are having definite shape. Here this is the nucleus. Normally normally cells having a central main organelle, it is called nucleus. So this is the nucleus. Okay, that is a controller of the cell, nucleus. Okay, now normally here what is the function of WBC? Yes, you know it is working against pathogens. If pathogens enter to our body, what happens? They fight with these pathogens and protecting our body from diseases. It means giving a kind of protection from diseases to the body. Right. Here WBC destroying pathogen which enter to the body and produce antibodies. Right. Now if strange thing enter to our body, what happen? Yes, these WBC cells fighting with it and making a antibody. Antibody in Sinhala we call it as Pratideha. Right. And making antibody. These are proteins. These antibodies means proteins. Okay, these antibodies are making against that pathogen. Okay, then what happens? Now think later on again that pathogen enter into your body. Understood? What happens? Yes, now already that antibodies exist in our blood. So what happens? Yes, these antibodies can destroy that pathogen. Understood? So that is that way here WBC cells are protecting our body from diseases. Right. Some WBC are with nuclei. I told you here in some WBC here nuclei are available. In some WBCs they are absent. Right. Let's see which cells WBC cells these nuclei available. They are neutrophils, eosinophils and basophils. What are they? Neutrophils, eosinophils and basophils. All these three types of WBC cells nuclei are available. Then some WBCs are without nucleus. What are they? Lymphocytes and monocytes. Lymphocytes and monocytes. They here nucleus are absent. Okay. Now altogether you will learn now 5 types of WBCs. What are they? Neutrophils, eosinophils, basophils, lymphocytes and monocytes. And you know the difference between these two types. Neutrophils, eosinophils, basophils have nucleus. Lymphocytes and monocytes, they don't have nucleus, absent with nucleus. Okay. Third corpuscle type is platelets. Platelets in Sinhala Rudira Pattika. Right. Now it is very familiar with Yes, with which disease? With dengue disease. You know, it is a sign to to confirm that is the problem is to tell that is dengue. Normally, yes, the platelet count is, if it is rapidly going down, yes, we can tell, we can predict that patient is suffering from dengue. Yes. Then what is the function of dengue? Yes, normally helps to clot blood in bleeding. Right. Sometimes in accidents or in various cuts, so that in that condition, bleeding normally occurs. Right. So after a few minutes, normally what happens? Normally, automatically, the bleeding is getting stopped. Here, the platelets are doing that job. Platelets are helpful to make a clot, and then further bleeding not happens. Okay, right. So normally in a leptospirosis in dengue, normally this platelet count going down. Leptospirosis means dengue, that is, yes, in dengue condition also platelets count going down. Okay, then let's see what kind of things available in plasma. Most of plasma is water, so you can tell in plasma majority of plasma is water. Okay, what are the other things having or available in plasma? They are digestive products. Digestive products means after digestion, glucose, amino acids, glycerol and fatty acids are forming. Okay, these things, these particles are added with the blood. Where in the blood? They are in the plasma. Okay, then minerals and vitamins, that all are coming through our foods. All these minerals, vitamins available in our plasma. Then other excretory products. From where excretory products are coming? Yes, they are coming from the cells, because cells, when they are respiring, making various nitrogenous waste products. All these are in plasma. Then hormones, sometimes various hormones produced in our body, these hormones are added to the blood. Hormones, then proteins and enzymes. These all are various types of proteins. Okay, all these are available in plasma. I think all you can write this very easily. If you ask a question, what things available in plasma, you can write those things. Okay, then we are moving to another new part, that is blood transfusion. Blood transfusion. රුධිර පාර විලයනය. In Sinhala, රුධිර පාර විලයනය. Okay. Then let's say the transfer of blood from one individual to another is known as blood transfusion. Transferring of blood. Right. එක්කෙනෙක්ගෙන් තවත් කෙනෙකුට රුධිරය ලබා දීමේ ක්‍රියාවලියට අපි කියනවා blood transfusion. Right. Then, so according to that definition, there are two parties. Parties means one, the person who giving blood and the person who receiving blood. Okay. Then the person who donates blood called as donor. Dayakaya. In Sinhala, Dayakaya. Then the person who receives blood called recipient. Pratigrahakya in Sinhala, recipient. Okay. So those who are what are the two parties? Yes, donor and recipient. So, they are main point in blood transfusion, there should be a compatibility in between, in between blood group and in rhesus factor. Compatibility means those rhesus factor and the blood groups should match each other. Understood? So that is the compatibility. Yes, there should be a compatibility of blood group and rhesus factor between the donor and recipient. Okay, right. Let's see first how the blood group should match between donor and recipient. Right. Later on we can see how rhesus factor is should match. Right. In humans, we can see four main blood groups. There are four main blood groups. They are A, B, AB and O. Right? Those are the four blood groups. Here I have for easy understanding the next part these four blood groups. Here the inside the circle representing a red blood cell. Okay. Here that this is A blood group. In A blood group, this is the blood cell, this is the plasma. Surrounding area is the plasma. Okay. So capital A persons in plasma having simple B. That is the, yes, it should be, this is the matching way in a healthy person. Simple B. For B blood group, here this is cell, this is the blood group, and in his plasma there should be simple A. Okay. Then AB blood group, here both of these cannot be there because AB both are available in blood cell. Therefore AOB, these the AOB both cannot be here because AB inside the blood cell. Then O blood group, O means nothing in the blood cell. Therefore both AB having in the simple AB having in the plasma. Right? Okay. So this thing you have to understand for the next to understand the next table. Right? Here this one, it is having in your textbook in page number this one 76. Okay. This one I am going to teach you now. Here you know how these rights and wrongs are coming, so I want to teach you how it is coming. Okay. Sometimes some students learn by heart this chart, that's why. Okay, here recipients, here donors, then I have drawn A, B, and O. Recipients A, B, and O. Okay. Now the thing here you have to consider always we have to think always donors blood cells and the recipients plasma. Okay. That is when after considering those two you can easily tell whether it is matching or not matching, compatibility or incompatibility. Right. Right. Here capital A giving blood to A. This is this one, capital A. This is the donor, this is recipient, same. So A, capital A is cell, simple B in plasma, so no problem, he can donate blood. Right, coming. Then capital A to capital B, capital A to capital B. Here this is cell, capital A in plasma. What happens? Plasma come in simple A. So it is not matching now. Okay. Right. So cross coming. Now it is incompatibility. Right. Next one. Capital A giving blood to AB. Capital A, AB. Cell having capital A, plasma, nothing. So he can donate blood. Right. Next one. Capital A, O. Capital A in blood cell, O having A and B both. So what happens? Yes, there is an incompatibility. So cannot give the blood. Okay, cross. Next one. Capital B giving blood to capital A. E to A. Here capital B in the cell in plasma, simple B. So it is not matching. Cannot give blood. Cross. Right. Next one. Capital B to B. Capital B to B. In cell capital B, plasma, simple A. So they are can donate blood, no problem. Capital B then to AB. Here capital B in cell, nothing in plasma, so easily can donate blood, right, coming. Okay, then capital B to O, right, in cell there is capital B, plasma, what happens? A, B both are there, so what happens? Can he give blood? No, can't, because A and B. Okay, here incompatibility because of this condition, B and here simple B is there, therefore cannot donate blood. Next one, AB going to give blood A. AB to A. Here AB cell, what is in the plasma? Simple B is there, because of this cannot give blood. Then AB to giving blood A. Here AB plasma simple A, because of this condition, A condition cannot give blood, cross. Then AB to AB, here AB in cell, nothing in plasma, so can give blood, right. Then AB to O, here AB the cell, plasma simple ABs both are there, so cannot donate blood, cross coming. Then this is O going to give blood A. Okay, O, this is the cell, plasma simple B is there, no problem, can give blood. Next one, O going to give blood B. O, here this is the cell, in plasma simple A is there, no problem, can give blood. Then AB to AB, sorry, O to AB, here O cell, nothing in plasma, so can give blood. Next one, O to O, here this is the cell, plasma, here because in this way is nothing in cell, both AB in plasma, no problem, can give blood. That is how these rights and crosses come in. Okay, I think all you can understand this. It is very easy to understand. Always the thing you have to consider, always you have to think donor's blood cell and the recipient's plasma, right? Okay, now according to this table you can see, look at here, this line, they are all are rights. It means O can donate blood to A, B, AB and O. Understood? Because all are rights come in here. Right. So, therefore, blood group O, he can give blood to all other blood types, blood groups. Therefore, we know O blood group as universal donor. Blood group O can donate blood to all other blood groups, therefore blood group O is universal donor. Right. Then look at this one. Here AB can receive blood from A, B and O. He can receive blood from all blood types. Understood? Okay. Then blood group AB can receive blood from all other blood groups. Therefore, blood group AB is universal recipient. So, blood group O is universal donor. Blood group AB is universal recipient. Okay. Now we are moving how the rhesus factor what is the compatibility of rhesus factor when transfusion of blood. Okay. Now rhesus factor is something, a factor, it is if the factor is available in cells, we call it as rhesus positive. Okay. If it is absent, we know it as rhesus negative. Right. Let's see, if this factor is present in one's blood, it is Rhesus positive. This is how you have to write it. Capital R, simple H, positive. Here, rhesus factor is having in blood. If this factor absent, it is rhesus negative. Here, this is how we have to write that RH minus. So, right. So, when we are considering the rhesus factor, there should be 8 blood groups, isn't it? Yes. There should be 8 blood groups as A positive, B positive, AB positive, O positive, then A negative, B negative, AB negative, O negative. Okay, altogether, when we are considering the rhesus factor, there should be 8 blood groups in this way. Okay, let's see this one. Again, this is recipient, this is donor, right? Here, this is donor now, RH positive one. RH positive, they can donate blood to RH positive ones, and as well as they cannot donate blood to RH negative ones. Okay, positive can give blood only for RH positives, not for negatives. Right. Then let's see RH negatives. It means they don't have the rhesus factor. RH negatives. They can easily give blood both RH positives and as well as RH negatives. Right. This is the main thing you have to consider. RH negatives can give blood to all types. All types means RH positive and RH negative. RH positive can give blood only for RH positives. They cannot give blood RH negatives. Right. So, according to this way, here there should be a compatibility both in blood group and in rhesus factors. So, both blood group and rhesus factor have to be matched to donate blood. There should be a compatibility between blood group and as well as with in the rhesus factor. Okay. Then the last part of this lesson, blood agglutination. Blood agglutination. How do you call it in Sinhala? Yes, it is Rudira Shleshanaya. Here, Rudira Shleshanaya. Right, let's see. Clumping of the transfused blood particles in the body of the recipient is called agglutination. Now, this kind of case happening in blood transfusion. Okay. Now, sometimes clumping could be happen after a transfusion of blood in recipient's body. Okay. Thus, that condition is known as blood agglutination, in singular Rudira Shleshane. Right. So, what are the reasons for this? Yes. Now, normally previously we learned there should be a compatibility between blood group and rhesus factor. If these things are not matching, there may be a blood agglutination. Okay. Right. Reasons are incompatibility of donor and recipient's blood groups. So, before giving blood, before transfusion of blood, we want to check the recipients and the donors' blood groups and RH factor. So, reason is incompatibility of blood groups and rhesus factor. Okay. Then blood agglutination and blood clotting coagulation mechanisms are different from each other. This one also you have to clarify very well. Blood agglutination is one incident and blood clotting. Now, you know, after sometimes cut or some in a bleeding cases, blood clotting or coagulation happening, right? These two are two different mechanisms, right? So, keep in mind. Right. Then the last part in your textbook having some favorable habits to maintain healthy circulation system. So we in this unit we talk about circulatory system, blood circulatory system. Here you are having some healthy habits you need to practice for the healthy for your healthy circulatory system. Right, now let's see one by one. Number one, maintain mentally less stressful lifestyle. Right, so mentally stress means, yes, we should be very simple lifestyle. If you are having a very simple lifestyle, and if you always can be happy, you can easily remove this stressful lifestyle. Okay. Second one, engage in physical exercises daily. Then you can maintain your figure, then no excess fat in your body, so no high blood pressure, heart attacks, those problems are not coming. Engage in physical exercises daily. Next one, maintain the correct body mass index, that is BMI value, according to the height, weight, with a healthy diet. You know this one very well. BMI value, it helps to healthy life. Then reducing salt consumption. Right, salt consumption means when we are adding salts for our foods, you have to reduce that. Control conditions like high blood pressure and diabetes. So if a person suffering with high blood pressure and diabetes, he needs to control these problems. Controlling means always checking, taking the relevant medicines, that way controlling. Adding more vegetables and fruits to meals. Right, now here they are vegetables and fruits means they are having a lot of fiber, water, not like artificial foods. So as far as possible, you need to add these things to your food. Reduce consumption of fatty foods. Consumption of fatty foods means, fatty fats means it is not good for our special circulatory system. Sometimes heart attacks come in, high blood pressure come in because of excess fatty in the body. Refrain from smoking and taking liquor. Then have more concern if there is a family history of heart attacks, high blood pressure and diabetes. So if these kind of people having in our families, always there is a risk to have this kind of problems to us also. Therefore you need to concern that. Right, so that is the end of this lesson. Then I think yes, there is an exercise, you can do that. Then I hope to give some questions from next video. Right, so until then you can do this exercise. So today I'm from the next video I hope to see you soon. Then until then, take care.